The Atlanta Hawks are a team that we both coming into the year were very high on. And then after about a week and a half, we're very low on. Even you as a Hawks fan. But they've really rebounded in the last few weeks. Dyson Daniels, who was playing absolutely horrible to start the year, has looked a lot better. He has looked great as a distributor. His steals are obviously almost at exactly where they were at last year, and his scoring has become more efficient. Me and you remark on this a lot. He's very similar to Josh Giddey in his play style, not just because they're both Australian, but because they do actually play very similarly. Jalen Johnson has been playing really good. He's been the best player on the Hawks this year. Porzingis has been maybe a little disappointing to start the year.
But he has flashes. Last night, he was great.
He has flashes. Onyeka's been playing good. Reese Shea, again, has flashes. He hasn't been as involved in the offense as you may want a number one overall pick to be, but he's still been solid.
Mo Gay has been like the best Hawk so far. Every time he actually gets minutes, he just...
Luke Kennard has been absolutely great.
He's been
you'll notice there's a name missing from this list, and that's because he's been hurt while the Hawks have been on this little run of theirs, and that's Trae Young. And just by looking at the eye test, not even looking at the stats, the Hawks look a lot better with Trae, and by relation, a lot worse with Trae. So, as a Hawks fan, do you think the Hawks are better without Trae Young?
This team is better without Trae Young. I actually don't think it's really close. And honestly, this morning I woke up. I thought about this the second I woke up. I'm like, wow, yeah, we are better without Trae Young. Just by the way, I'm not going to use too many stats, but I have one stat. Yeah, in minutes where Dyson is on the court and Trae Young is off, the Hawks are a +9. When Trae is on and Dyson is off, they're a +4. When they're both on the court, they're a -14. When they're both off the court, it's a -9. So clearly, only one of them, they benefit the best when only one of them is there. For some reason, Dyson, he gets harder. Like, he doesn't get as easy of looks when he's off the court with Trae, but he makes them more. Like, I think it's just more of a confidence thing. It's more of like a, this is my team kind of thing. But the main thing I was thinking about this morning was the run that we had in 2021. And I'm like, what is so different about Trae Young and that team versus this team with or without Trae Young? And that's what I kind of realized. I understand why Kevin Durant thinks that offense wins championships. It's because he is an offensive player and he benefits the most from playing with other offensive guys. I think Trae Young actually is a guy who he looks the best not when he has a bunch of defenders around him who can make him look better on defense and who can roll or whatever. Think about that 2021 Hawks team. Trae Young, Kevin Huerter, DeAndre Hunter, John Collins, Clint Capella, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Danilo Gallinari, Onyeka Okongwu. Just a whole lot of offensive guys who can't play defense. But maybe what Kevin Durant, if you missed what he said in the documentary, he's like, you could get anyone to start playing defense. You can get anyone to start trying. Maybe that's true. Maybe you just need a whole bunch of offensive guys and they just need to buy in a little bit, because that's how I seriously think that if Trae Young really wants to do amazing in the NBA from now on, he does need an actual offensive team next to him that makes him look better on offense. Because it is easy to trap Trae. It is easy to double Trae and make these defensive guys beat you. And then at that point, if it's the defensive guys that are beating you on the court, then you get to the defensive side and you could just attack Trae Young over and over. And no matter how good of defenders you are, no matter how many good defenders are around Trae Young, if Trae Young's on the court, you could get an easy bucket off of him.
Yeah.
So I really think Trae Young is not for this team. I think we look best when we have Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Dyson Daniels in the backcourt. And seriously, it is hell upon the other team. Like, they can't even bring the ball up sometimes.
That was the thing that struck me the most about Dyson in watching him play more this year, because I have him in fantasy basketball. And yes, that does make me watch players more. But just the fact that I saw his steals numbers last year and I was like, okay, those are impressive, but steals are such a weird thing where it's like, maybe you grab a bunch this one year, but then guys pass away from you and then you don't get as many the next year, and it's just weird. Dyson led the league in deflections by far last year, and you can see exactly why. The guy gets his hands in every passing lane. He gets his hands on every ball. He affects so many possessions where he doesn't get steals because it costs you like 2-3 seconds to go get the ball back after he tips it away. It throws you out of the rhythm of your offense. You can't make the passes you want to make. You can't make the moves you want to make. He is legitimately such a problem on defense that I don't even think he gets enough credit for it.
No, his defense turns into offensive points. So when a lot of our points are in the fast break, that's less time we have doing an actual offense, which is what Trae is best at.
Yep.
So Trae Young is not even being utilized because if we're scoring half the time, it's not even an offensive possession or half court possession. It's a full court. It's a full court thing because we have all these athletes. And Trae Young's a guy who likes to slow it down because that's where he's best. Versus everyone else who likes to run the break. Jalen Johnson, Zachary Rizajay, Dyson Daniels. These are all guys who run. Even like an Onyeka Okongwu will run on the break. Mohamed Gay, Asa Newell.
Yeah.
Even Vic Krejci.
These guys want to run. I talked to you about that. I think the big thing about Trae is he wants to slow down and play a half-court offense, and that's not what is best suited for these Hawks. They're a young team. They want to get out and run. Jalen Johnson is the best player on that team with or without Trae Young, and Jalen Johnson is best when he's out in transition because he's big, he's physical, and he's fast. There are very few guys that can stop him in transition, right? And Ricochet is similar. He's long, he's lengthy, he's athletic. Yeah, he can shoot, but he can also get to the rim really well. Dyson Daniels, similar type of guy. Like so many, Mohamed Gay, Onyeka Okongwu. The only guy who may benefit from running more of a half-court offense is Porzingis, and Porzingis loves to shoot those like pull-up transition threes. So
yeah, he'll do it. We can run 14 deep, and I don't think Trae Young's needed. I mean, you think about. Yeah. I already think this team is deep, and it's a good team, and that's with $50 million missing. Now, if we just didn't have Trae Young and we signed a $50 million guy, or let's say like a $30 million to $20 million guy, that's when the team would get so much better. Dyson is a terrible offensive player, though. That's something I will say. Even without Trae, he'll have games where he's amazing. He'll also have games where he's awful, like last game. Sometimes I feel like Jalen Johnson might have to be the point guard, or if we get rid of Trae Young, we do need a legitimate point guard because I don't like Nikhil or Dyson at point guard. When they're together, it's fine because the defense is that good, but the offense is kind of that bad. The big reason we didn't re-sign Trae Young was there was potential that he couldn't fit on this team, but it mostly probably was Trae was asking for $50 million plus. Because I think if you asked for $40 million a year, Hawks probably would have given it to him.
Yeah,
because we play it safe. Yeah. Which is something that Nico Harrison can't do, even though they just made the finals and the Hawks have been 500 the last 4 years.
Crazy stuff.
So